Hello, it's me, and time for another unboxing. This one is a smaller one. This comes from James Gavril. So let's see what he's got for us here. So as you know, I'm trying to stick with certain themes to my collection, and let's see what theme this gives us here. So it's a smaller puzzle, so that's good. Not everything has to be over the top. Nice little 3D printed base, so that's cool. There you go. Okay, so let's see what is inside this cocoon. Puzzle cocoon. It's just stated long enough. Alright. Now, I generally like my puzzles to be of the classic shape, but every so often I like to stray into ones of very bizarre and interesting shapes as well. I don't just mean shape-shifting, but I mean the native shape being a little bit more on the interesting side. Let's get through this. Okay, so you see a pyramidal look over here. We're getting there. Okay, so as I'm delving into more interesting shaped puzzles, which are generally modifications of standard puzzles. Boy, this is really wrapped nicely. Nothing's going to tear this down, except maybe me trying to get through it. Aha! A broken ground. There we go. Very carefully take it out. Okay. Now this is something. This is something. This is fascinating, and I guess it fits in like this. Yeah, I got to admit, this is just really cool. This looks like two pyraminxes, not exactly pyraminxes, but it looks like two, I don't know, pyromorphinxes trapped together. So here's the movement, and really, really good. That's what I was wondering about. Okay, so I guess a scramble would look like this. Doesn't shapeshift, doesn't really have to. I guess when you have two shapes fused together, you don't have to shift them. So again, this is from Jason. I'm going to provide a link. I think he's also called RCP Puzzles. It really moves fantastic. Now I notice the color scheme. I really like the fact that it looks like a pyraminx, where you have red, green, and yellow, and blue on the bottom, and that's reflected the same over here, red, green, and yellow. So I would imagine there's some false equivocations that can happen with this. Now, what kind of a puzzle is this? Well, this centerpiece is actually, well, it's a centerpiece. So we got a center here, and we've got, well, let's see. These two don't separate, so I guess this is an edge, and this is a center, and these are corners. So really, it's a 3x3. Ingeniously and brilliantly designed to look like two pyraminxes coming together. Honestly, I don't know how you guys think of these things and how you design these puzzles, and I don't know how much work went into the design of this, but it's just brilliant. So when I saw this, and now seeing that it's really just a 3x3 put together in this way, it just boggles my mind that people are able to come up with this. And to think about the idea, design it, and then actually three-dimensionally print it. Just shows you that ingenuity is not dead, especially when it comes to puzzles. And the movement is very smooth. It's actually very affordable. I recommend, if this not get mass-produced, that everybody go out and get this. Well, what I can do is just go ahead and scramble it. It is, after all, just a 3x3, top layer, bottom layer. Now, what's interesting is that they're reflections of each other. So it makes me wonder about how tough the solve may be. Well, let's just go ahead and scramble this. So you can see the movement is very smooth, very, very smooth. And now being a 3x3, I cannot call the possibilities of confusion actual parity. I just cannot call a 3x3 having a parity problem, because you're not reducing it from one type of puzzle to another. However, you can get false equivocations with this, which means you put something in the wrong place, and all you got to do is swap it out. Now, in essence, you might think, well, how's that different from a parity problem? And that's just because you never change the parity of the puzzle. So It's just a different thing. You don't have to break the reduction in order to solve it. So here it is. So looking at this, it looks like two pyramids smashed together in chaos. So it's not one of those puzzles that looks the same whether it's scrambled or whether it's solved. It actually does look like it's scrambled, and it looks pretty artistic. It looks like just a neat little toy that you can twist around and turn. The ultimate fidget spinner, as it were, but it does have a solve to it. So how do we do it? Well, if I take a look at this as the top, we'll put the cross in first. You can see this is already in, or is it? Haha. However, it's a supercube, so this has to match with what's down over here. So I need to find a blue and yellow. It's not here, not here, and well, let's see. Right over here, blue and yellow. So I'm going to move this up. And if I try to move this in here, that's not gonna, that's backwards. So I'm already finding myself, oh, here we go. Nope, I just went all the way around the puzzle. Already finding myself with a little bit of a dilemma. So does this belong here? Well, I don't see any other blue and yellows, and this needs to line up with another pyramid. Is it right in front of me? Aha, right over here, blue and yellow. Now that wasn't hard, but for some reason I had a hard time locating it, so boom, that's over there. Green and yellow, so let's find the green and yellow. Green and yellow, where are you? Right over here. So that's going to belong here. I've got to find the green and yellow here, which is right here. So move this over here, bring this sucker down, bring it in. Nope. What that tells me is that this is the wrong green and yellow. If I move this up here, you can see that it's wrong. And that's because it wasn't lining up with this. So there's another green and yellow that's correct. And I'm gonna find it. It's not this, it must be this. Okay, so let's try this guy out for size. So again, it's just a supercube solve. Well, once again, this is not correct. Did I actually use a different one? Now, am I coming across a problem? Huh, these appear to be the same way. Maybe we just need to turn it upside down. F-R-U-R-I-U-I. F-I. I did that just to turn this upside down, and it worked. It's upside down. Okay. So this is in, and this is lined up over here. Now red and green over here. It's got to match up with the red and green here. You can see it's already matched up. Turn it up here and boom. So do I have the cross yet? Yeah, this one happened to be in. I need to line it up with this. So move it down. I'm just amazed at how many brilliant ways people managed to turn 3x3s into different types of puzzles. Just absolutely amazing to me. Okay, so good, good. Now I don't know if this is SLS printing. It looks like FDM printing. So these are all good. So now I just have to put in the corners. So corners here is going to be yellow, red, yellow, red, and red. Really? Oh, ignore that. So yellow and red. Might be this one. So I think it's this one. So if I just keep orienting that, I may apply a little bit of lubrication to this. Haha! So this is good over here. Now I'm looking for a green and blue. Here's a green and blue. If I turn this, this is correct. Or is it? Now I may be falsely equivocating it with another one, but that is something that I'm going to find out later. Okay, so this is in. You can see I'm slowly assembling both of my pyramids at the same time. Red and yellow. Maybe it's this one. Let's see. I'm very impressed by the movement of this. Not even that catchy. Okay, so this is good. And now we need blue and green. Blue and green. Is this it? Nope. Maybe this one, probably. Yeah, I think this is it. And up. Okay, so you can see this is the first side. All these are in. I'm going to now turn this upside down and get these in. This comes down to here. This yellow and red fits over to here. So simple 3x3 middle layer techniques. Okay, now this is interesting because this is in, but this is not the right color. So how did this happen? Is it a little more complicated? I guess this is the wrong one. It's got to be red, green, and not yellow, but red, blue, green, and red. So where's there a blue, green, and red that I can use? Blue, green, and red. Blue, green, right here. That's fantastic. I've never seen that before. I've never seen that as an issue, and I don't know if I should have been able to pick up on that or not. So this is the actual color. All right. Well done. Well done, Jason. Now we can put this in. Turn. All right, so that's unique. That's unique. I don't know if I could have predicted that before. So this is in. Okay, how about here? What I'm looking for is the blue and green. I don't see it there, so I'm going to move over to here. So now I know this is wrong, and I just didn't, I should have thought about that before, but I didn't. So it's got to be the green, blue, and yellow. Green, blue, and yellow, which is here, I think. Yeah. So let's move this one in. Nope. How about this one? Yeah, maybe this one. Okay, so I actually should have been able to know this before I put them in, but I just wasn't thinking about all of these centers. Okay, now with that done, I'm looking for the red and yellow if it's here, and it is, but I got to put in from this angle. I can't help but wonder if a massive false equivocation is awaiting me on the last layer. I may have to solve it a couple times to see if I can draw that out. Okay, so this is looking okay. This is looking good. Looking over here. Oh, okay. We need to do this one. This is going to be the green and blue. So this really makes you think. And that's going to be this piece over here. Yeah, a little bit of lubrication and this could really go fast. As you can see, it's already very smooth. Okay, so this is good here. This is good here. Now I need the blue and green. And do I see that up here? I don't. I should. Green and blue. Is something wrong in here somewhere? No. Well, here's a green and blue. And here's a... Oh. Interesting. This is blue and green. Yeah, okay. I got fooled by this. And by this. So this is wrong. That was my big mistake. So I need a red, yellow, and green. Red, yellow, and green appears to be right here. Let's get this to move over to here. No. Red, yellow, and green. Right over here. Yeah, you gotta keep yourself on your toes here. Okay, so now this is correct. Very clever, very clever. Not me, the designer. I'm just waffling my way through it, I think. Okay, this green goes down to here, so middle layer technique. And down. Okay, so let's see what we've got. This is all fine. This is all fine. And this is all fine. Okay, now the last layer. Supercube style. First thing to do is get these in. Now what's upside down and what's right side up? So the blue and red is going to end up over here. Blue and blue. So this is upside down. Red and green. So I know this is upside down. Red and green. That's going to be red and red. So this is upside down. These two are upside down. Yellow and green. So yellow, yellow, yellow. This is right side up, therefore this must be right side up. Has to be. No choice. yellow, yellow, yeah. So upside down and right side up. So this is an L formation. Hold it here and do F, U, R, U, I, R, I, F, I. Okay, confirm that these are fine here. Now these should all be rotated correctly. So what I'm going to do is see which ones are in, and that's this one. This one is in right here. So I'm going to do the SUNY to get all these in. R, U, R, I, U, R, 2 U, R, I, and again, U, R, I, U, R, 2 U, R, I. Okay, in, and in. Good. So let's actually line it up with its proper center. So this is good here, this is good here. Now we've got the corners and we're done. Are any corners in? Well, this is green, red, and yellow. Obviously that's not that. This is correct because this is blue, yellow, and green. Blue, yellow, and green. So this is correct. If this is not correct, the rest also shouldn't be. So I'm going to permute these corners around by doing that permutation algorithm. Turn, turn, and turn. And now all I need to see is this is correct to know that all the rest are correct. These are both in. These have to be rotated. So RI, DI, R, D, RI, DI, R, D. Swing this guy around, and I know I have to do it twice. RI, DI, R, D, RI, DI, R, D, and again, RI, DI, R, D, and this should do it. R, D as proof that there is no parity to this puzzle, and bang. So this is in, and there you have it. Alright, so it was a 3x3 supercube solve. Unlike the other supercubes, you had to bear in mind other colors. As you're solving this, I had to bear in mind these centers over here. So this is the Dueling Tetras. Put it back in the stand over here, perfectly formed. Again, this goes in my Hall of Fame as some of the most unique and fantastically designed puzzles that are in my collection. Jason, fantastic. Sorry about that. Fantastic job. I really look forward to seeing more of your work. Thanks for watching.